While taking care of your car is important all year round, there are some checks and procedures that are vital and specific to winter driving to get the most out of your car. Below freezing temperatures, salted roads, and winter precipitation can gang up on you if even just a few things are overlooked. The following instructional video will show you how to take care of some of these things on your own, such as checking your tires for tread wear and proper inflation, replacing your worn windshield wiper blades, and replenishing your windshield wiper fluid. Please note that you should still refer to your automotive professional and your regular maintenance log to make sure that you have all your other maintenance items caught up before you start on the winter checklist that will be discussed in this presentation.
Selecting the appropriate wiper blade is essential for winter driving safety. Blades range from an all-season blade to a specialized winter wiper blade. Winter wiper blades are the best choice for driving in winter weather. To find the right type and size for your car, consult your user manual, or many stores have either a manual or a electronic device that you can use to find out the proper wiper size for your car.
Windshield wipers should be replaced every 6 to 12 months, or earlier if you notice any damage to them. If you live in an area that has a cold and snowy winter, it's also a good idea to replace your normal windshield wipers with ones designed for winter weather, such as like this. You'll notice that the entire assembly is covered in a plastic material which will stop any ice and snow from getting in and stopping the wiper from working. Now the first step to install the wiper is to pull up the arm until it's perpendicular to the car. If you take a look at the connector in between the wiper blade and the wiper arm, there'll be some sort of locking mechanism. In this case, it's simply a tab. Pull it out, pull the entire arm down, and it will slide off. Installing a replacement is as simple as doing the opposite of what you just did. In this case, just slide it up until you hear the click, and it's been installed. Installing the other wiper is the same procedure as the one on the other side. Pull up the wiper arm, take off the wiper, and slide the new one in.
Choosing the appropriate windshield washer fluid is also very important to winter driving. Make sure that you choose a washer fluid that contains an antifreeze solution in it so it doesn't freeze up in temperatures under 0.
In order to check and change your windshield wiper fluid, you will need two things. You will need your user's guide and you will need your windshield wiper fluid. Before changing the wiper fluid, we must first practice some safety. First, we need to pull up the handbrakes so the car will not move while we are working under the hood. When the handbrake is up, we then need to open the hood. To open the hood, we need to pull the hood lever, which is usually located at the bottom left-hand corner near the driver's left foot. When you pull the hood, you should hear a pop indicating that the hood is open. After opening your hood, you will then need to go to the front panel of the car and feel for a switch and then pull the switch. When you pull the switch, you can then lift the hood. After you open the hood, you may then secure the hood using the metal rod supplied. Hood is now open. The first thing to remember before changing your windshield wiper fluid is to locate the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. In order to do this, you need to consult your user's guide. If you don't have your user's guide, however, on a variety of cars, the windshield wiper fluid reservoir is located at the bottom right-hand corner of the engine bay, as is located on our model. The windshield wiper fluid reservoir could be recognized by a colored cap with a picture of a windshield with some sprouts of water coming onto it. However, there are some windshield wiper fluid reservoirs that just has the name water pump. Okay. In order to change the windshield wiper fluid, we first need to remove the cap. After removing the cap, we can easily check to see if there's any windshield wiper fluid in the reservoir, since it's a totally different color. It may either be orange in color, or it could be a light blue color. In order to change the windshield wiper fluid, we will then need to take the bottle and pour it into the reservoir. We know when it's full when the fluid is almost to the top of the reservoir. Okay. Don't worry if there's some spillage. After filling the reservoir, we then replace the cap. Ensure that the cap is securely placed over the reservoir so that it doesn't move when you are driving. A quick note, if you don't have windshield wiper fluid, you can also use a mixture of 50% water and 50% antifreeze. And please, I can't stress enough, please do not use any soap and water, since soap and water will tend to clog the pump. So now that we have our cap safely secured, we can then close the hood. So after you start your car, you can then test your windshield wiper fluid by pulling the lever, which is located at the right-hand side of the steering wheel. Simply pull the lever towards you, and you should see your windshield wiper fluid come out. There, you have successfully installed and changed and checked your windshield wiper fluid.
Before the winter weather begins, you should inspect your tires to make sure they're winter prepared. Damaged or worn tires can greatly reduce the amount of traction that the tire receives from the road. By doing a few simple steps, you can ensure that your tires are winter ready for the up and coming season. Wear bars are small, raised bits of rubber that are located in between the tread pattern and directly across the width of the tire. They are approximately 1/16 inch in height and generally appear every 10 to 16 inches on the tire's diameter. If the wear bars are flush with the tire, your tire needs to be changed immediately as it is too worn. Examine each tire carefully for punctures, scuffs, and cracks. Some of these problems can be corrected simply by repairing the tire instead of replacing it. Check with your local car specialist as soon as possible for proper advice if you notice any signs of damage at all. By taking these few minutes to examine your tires, you can ensure that you have good tires to start the winter season.
Maintaining proper tire pressure not only improves fuel efficiency, but it also ensures a more safe and enjoyable driving experience. Especially in poor driving conditions such as heavy rain, snow, or ice, tire pressure can make a major difference. Because this is such an important part of caring for your vehicle, you might think that checking your tire pressure is complicated, but it is actually quite simple, provided that you have a source of air and a tire pressure gauge, both of which are available at many gas stations for a low cost of only $1. Now before we get started, there's just a couple of things that you should know. The first is that you should never inflate your tires more or less than 5 pounds per square inch or PSI of the recommended amount. If you are unsure about your PSI or it's worn away on the side of your tires, please consult with a professional first. The second thing to note that you should check your air pressure when your car's not been driven for at least 3 hours. If you have to drive to get to the gas station, try not to drive more than 2 kilometers. If you have to go a longer distance than that, slightly underinflate your tires to compensate for the warmer air inside them, and check your tire pressure again if you can get a cold reading. Now the first step in checking your air pressure is to find a gas station with an air pump and park your car centered and parallel to it so that the hose can reach all 4 tires. Next, you should look on the tires for the proper PSI amount. You should see some text on the side of the tire in raised writing that should tell you the proper PSI amount. You can also look at your owner's manual or check the sticker on the driver's side door for the proper amount. Next, you should unscrew the stem caps from the inch-long valve stems on the side of the tires. Keep them somewhere safe before depositing your money in the air machine, as it will only be active for approximately 2 minutes. Next, put the money in the slot as indicated on the machine. The location of the slot varies from machine to machine, but it will be quite obvious just from reading the instructions listed. The required amount of money will also be clearly indicated on the machine. Once you deposit the money, you will hear the sound of the air pump motor. Next, fit the end of the air pressure hose directly onto the valve stem to check for the existing air pressure in one of the tires and determine if it needs more. Doing this will allow air to escape, but once you press the hose down firmly on the valve stem, the flow of air will stop and a reading will be displayed on the metered gauge. Some automatic air hoses will release air into the tire once you have the hose on the tire's valve stem, while others have handles that need to be pressed to release air to the tire. If your tire needs more PSI, use the hose to supply small bursts of air to the tire and check the gauge frequently as you fill the tire. Use less air as you approach the recommended PSI level until the correct level is reached. Once you have properly inflated all 4 tires in this manner, screw the valve stem caps back on. Do not screw them excessively as they will break. Valve stem caps are important to keep your valve stem clean. And that's all there is to maintaining your tire pressure. Now remember that you should check your tire pressure more frequently during the cold months because the air compresses and fluctuates more during the winter months. And that's all you need to know about tire pressure to ensure a safe and fuel-efficient holiday season this year.
In this video, we've shown you the major things that you can do to prepare your car for winter. However, there are some other small things that you can do that are just as important. One of the most important things is to create an emergency kit, just in case you might get stuck on the road. This should contain things like a shovel, sweater, blanket, and booster cables. Driving in the winter is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. However, by taking an active role in maintaining your car, the more safe and reliable it will be.